I fucking hate cars. I hate my car. I hate your car. Although yours is probably nicer than mine, so fuck you. But that's besides the point. Fuck cars. I hope every auto plant in this fucking country goes under, and all the useless fucks who build these worthless pieces of shit are jobless forever and starve to death next to a barrel fire. Why is it just totally acceptable to have the one device we're most dependent on in our lives be a complete piece of shit that literally breaks for no fucking reason in a new way every single goddamn day? Batteries that die for no reason, axles that rust and break in half, steering wheels that lock up, often in the middle of traffic, tires that blow out randomly on the highway and take people's fucking heads off, radiators that overheat, fuel pumps, whatever the fuck those are. And of course, don't forget to keep an eye on your gas, your oil, your coolant, your wiper fluid, your water, your engine oil, which I guess is a whole different thing from the other oil, apparently. And while you're at it, you might as well spit shine a few of the rubber rotary belts and dump off a fresh load of semen into the upper left valve intake gasket. I just made that shit up. But you didn't even realize it. 'Cause fuck it could be a real thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about cars, and if you say you do, you're a fucking liar. Next time your car fucks up randomly, making you lose your job and ruining your life, and it will, go ahead and take it to 5 different mechanics. You'll get 5 different theories on what's wrong with it, and while they're fixing it, they'll break something else. Every fucking time. Because not even the so-called experts can figure this shit out. Cars today are still built on the same fucking idiot 1920s sci-fi technology from a steampunk future that never happened. So unless you're the reanimated skeleton corpse of Nikola Tesla, you're shit out of luck. And every time it breaks down, what do you gotta do? Look under the hood. As if you fucking know. You look at it. You stand there with your hand on your chin like you're thinking, and you just go, yep, it's still there. I don't know what the fuck it's doing, but it's there. Why do we do that? 'Cause we're expected to. 'Cause we're men. We're expected to know this stuff. How is that fair? Isn't that kind of like expecting every woman to know how to jeter? That's a ballerina term. I know more about ballet than I do about cars. That should tell you something. Either that I'm extremely cultured, or I'm Russian, or I'm just a big homo. Or maybe, just maybe, cars are bullshit. Gas is too expensive. Nobody can afford that. Why do cars even still run on gas? Why can't auto manufacturers get with the program and get their heads out of their asses and start exclusively making electric cars or cars that run on alternative fuels? We have them. They exist. Why weren't they made the norm 30 fucking years ago? Why are we still getting bled dry having to pay for gas? Gas which comes from oil, by the way, which happens to be the reason the entire world has been at war in the Middle East for the last 30 fucking years and will be until the end of time. I bet if you calculate all the people that have died in American wars fought over oil, and then combine that with all the people who die or have their lives ruined every year from their cars just randomly going haywire, you'd find that cars are responsible for shattering more lives than AIDS, Hitler, and swords combined. Cars is also the worst Pixar movie. Unless you count Cars 2, in which the vehicular fun slaughter was squared and then exponentially multiplied over the square root 66 of the fourth power of get her done. Fucking worthless rusty piles of bolts and broken dreams. Every human life that comes into contact with a car is irrevocably ruined. Cars are the source of original sin and all sadness in the world, and owning one guarantees you a torturous, unnatural life of misery and frustration. Fucking around with cars is the reason men go bald. From staring under the hoods and scratching their heads every time it starts hacking up oil or billowing smoke like a broken toaster. Don't even get me started on kitchen appliances. Computers, the internet, modern game consoles, modern games. Nothing in this world works properly. It's all a big broken clusterfuck because humans are so eager to invent shit and innovate that we never perfect the things we invent. They just keep releasing half-finished pieces of shit and then moving on to the next half-finished version of the same shit with the same problems. Hamster wheels and rubber bands and Elmer's glue. That's what's holding the entire modern world together. And cars are the worst because you need a car. As soon as one random little thing arbitrarily goes wrong with it, a gasket fucks itself or a cap falls off, just like that, your life is instantly ruined. Can't get to work, can't get to school, can't get to the party, can't save your sister who just texted you like, pick me up, I'm about to get date raped. Everything falls apart, everything's doomed. You're fired, you flunk, and you sit at home while everyone's having fun and people are out there getting raped. Imagine if the Batmobile broke down. How many lives would be ruined that night? Isn't there a song like that? The Batmobile lost a wheel, and the Joker shot Barbara Gordon through the spine? Or beat Jason Todd to death with a crowbar? And then raped Harley Quinn just 'cause fuck it, she's not gonna do anything about it. She's not going anywhere. That's spousal abuse. The Joker's most sinister plot yet. And all 'cause the Batmobile is a fucking rusty pile of shit with an overheated radiator and a dead battery and a broken fuel pump and seatbelts that don't work that was probably put together from scraps by some overworked immigrant in the secret chop shop beneath Wayne Tower. What, you don't think Bruce Wayne hires illegal immigrants? He's a good guy. Of course he hires illegal immigrants. They need the money. If he didn't give these people jobs, they'd turn to crime. And he hates crime. That's why he's Batman. Some laws have to be disregarded for the greater good. Otherwise, he wouldn't go out and beat people up at night. That's against the law, but it's for the greater good. Or so he thinks, until the Batmobile loses a wheel. What the fuck was I talking about? My point is, it should be fucking illegal to allow such mass production of machines that are so clearly defective and unreliable. Why is no one up in arms about this? Why is nobody being punished? People's lives are 100% dependent on machines that don't work. Cars are an enigmatic liability, responsible for inconvenience at best and flaming bloody death at worst, the world over. Carnival rides are more safe and reliable than cars. I would trust a bunch of smelly, gypsy carnival workers more than I would trust a mechanic. I wish I could rape them. Not mechanics, cars. I want to personally rape every car in the gas tank and make it cry. If you go outside tonight and you see a mysterious man in a hockey mask, balls deep in your muffler, don't call the police, just let it happen. In fact, while it's happening, go to the front and look your car dead in the headlights with a cold stare that says you deserve this. Remember all the times it broke down on you for no reason, and then open the hood and piss all over its stupid engine. Fart on the fucking steering wheel. Take the battery out and throw it in the river. Rip it apart until it's a burned out husk and then sell it to a destruction derby. Or a junkyard. You know what's my favorite scene in any movie ever? Is the musical number in Brave Little Toaster when all the worthless piece of shit cars are getting demolished at the dump. And they're alive and they're getting killed. I used to feel so bad for him as a kid, but now I know better. Now I know they had it coming. Singing that sad song, once drove a Texan to a wedding. Yeah, one of your tires probably flew off and killed the flower girl. Fuck 'em. Fuck cars. Fuck this world where your life and well-being is dependent on technology that can't even be counted on to work properly. And fuck the people responsible for creating these metallic curses. Fuck 'em, fuck 'em, fuck 'em. I'm glad Michigan is dying. Every time I'm in Detroit or Flint, I take a moment to go walk through an abandoned factory and just breathe deep the scent of the ruined dreams of auto workers. It's like flowers and cinnamon buns to me. Lilacs and petunias and fresh blueberry muffins. Screw auto workers. I guess they're auto work. Ha 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 ha! Fuck you, Henry Ford, you old dead cocksucker. I hope you're in hell, getting force-fed gasoline and pissing a stream of fire out of your dick for all eternity. I wish we could just go back to the Pony Express. Horses and trains. Nobody ever complained about being on a train. Fuck cars. We don't need them. They're more trouble than they're worth. Let's embrace simplicity. Go back to nature. I want to ride to work on a fucking giraffe.
I'm grounded in Blue West.